Barbie's making about $1 billion. The meme has come alive, but it is not slowing down. It is in a two-horse race with Super Mario Bros. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. I think Barbie will win it at the end of the day. Just because the pace is strong, it would have to fall off quite steeply to not win that title. But Mario Bros is 15th all time at 1.35 billion. It's a hard thing to get to. So when it slows down, we'll see. But Barbie, yeah, it's the 45th of all time. It has $1.03 billion. But what I'm really interested in is if there are any contenders for the rest of the year to beat these two movies at the box office. Now, I see Nayan laughing there because I've done potential contenders. And I'm actually I was just going to ask you straight away, but I'm going to try and justify why I've put that here. Because there are reasons. Perhaps there's some weak cases for some of them, as you will. But the potential contenders to beat either film. One is The Marvels. I think it's pretty clear. It has the MCU tag on it, and it's still a box office draw. The Marvels, that's going to cater to the male demographic and the female demographic. And look what that's done for Barbie. So there's potential in there. Also, what did Captain Marvel make? 1 point something billion dollars. You can say it's the movie before Endgame, but it really had nothing to do with Endgame. So, yeah. Also, peak Marvel. I'm not saying it's going to do it, and I don't think it will. I'll make none of these will. That was what I'm going to say. I'll just say that instantly. None of them will, but they are potential contenders, and that's what we're going to be discussing. But yeah, the Marvels, I don't see it happening, but if the movie's really good, it could. It could. Dune Part 2 is very interesting because we don't really have the data to support the claim that it is a contender. Because it released in COVID and its viewership on HBO Max was extremely high. I think it was one of the highest ever for the platform. Also, it made 400 million in its day and date release. So it released in line with its online release or the online streaming releases. 400 million is a lot, especially when you have
COVID.
Yeah.
Limited seedings and whatnot.
All that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I think there is potential there. Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya are two of the most popular celebrities right now. So they're a massive pull. There's definitely a good potential there. Also, IMAX, it has an exclusive IMAX thing for, I think, 6 weeks now. What was it? 5 to 6 weeks?
Yeah, I think so.
Exclusive. Yeah, that's an insanely long time. Also, IMAX made up for 25% of Dune 1's entire gross. So about 100 million, which is a lot. Next one, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I don't know why you're laughing. I don't know why. It's people always shit on this one, and people are going to be, oh, DCU is flopping. Do you remember what Aquaman made?
Yeah, but this is like 2 different Aquaman movies.
What's the difference? Name one difference.
Amber Heard and her controversies.
Wouldn't that attract people to see it?
I don't know. I think it'll attract people not to see it and protest. And then you also have the multiple reshoots, the negative test screenings as well.
That's true. If it's shit, it's shit. That's why I'm saying it's a potential contender. It is shit, then people aren't going to show up multiple times. Amber Heard's role apparently is minuscule. I don't think there's going to be much protest in it. Also, her protest is basically defamation. That's what she did to Johnny Depp. She didn't go and abuse and groom children like Ezra Miller was allegedly doing or throwing chairs at people. It's a mixed bag, but I just don't think Amber Heard's is as serious as Ezra Miller's, but Amber Heard is definitely more popular because that
was more public.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it turns people off in such a dramatic way where this makes $300 million. Also, it opens up in December.
Christmas.
The holiday period is known to, cause really leggy runs and have massive upside on a box office level. So I think there is real potential for it to get higher than the DCU movies this year. But, I mean, again, these are potential. I don't think it's going to be as high. Wish, I mean, you just don't, you never know with these Disney animated movies. It releases in the same time period as Frozen, and if it is Frozen level, then it has the potential to get that high. Because remember, Frozen was a completely original thing as well, and look how that came out. So you just can never rule out a kind of Disney princess animated story, especially when one that it looks interesting. You know, the animation's very different to
Like unfinished.
no, like hand drawn stuff.
That's what I
Mixed in with the 3D digital design. Yeah, so if the quality is good and they have songs that hit like Let It Go, then it really can catch on and get fire. Wonka here, I think this is the biggest long shot of my list. Perhaps the last one, but Wonka, Christmas time movie as well. So, and the trailer was really really popular. Timothée Chalamet's become a very famous actor as well. So I think there is potential there, and if Paul Feig is, I think that's the director. If it's as good as Paddington, you know, those 99%, 100% movies, then you combine that with the holiday period, Christmas time and New Year's, it could really run away at the box office, but probably not to the 1.3 billion area. Last one, and this is a massive long shot, Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The first two Hunger Games were very big at the box office. I don't know their totals, but they were very high. I think they're around the 700, 800 mark. So in any situation where the Hunger Games prequel is going to go higher than that, I think it's very unlikely. But if it's good and great, you just never know with those kind of young adult targeted films. But yeah, man, what do you think about these since you had the audacity to laugh at them? And remember, I'm not saying that they will beat them. I don't think any of them will. But I think there's a case to be made that they can be a contender.
Well, I think it's safe to say Barbie's gonna have the box office crown for this year. It's definitely going strong and no signs of slowing down. Its competition's very weak until I don't know. It's a long time. I can't think of the next big one, like big popular one.
Yeah.
First thing that comes to my head is Dune.
Yeah.
So it's got some decent legs on it.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes would crack that high.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if it hits 500 million, to be honest.
That is fair, yeah.
Aquaman, I just think with all the negative stuff, just not around that film, but like DC in general as well, I think people are just over it. So the keys are there. So I don't think people would rush to see that film. Maybe they'll go see Jason Momoa, but that's probably about it. The Marvels, I think it's in the same category, but to a lesser extent as DC. You know, like most of their movies recently, apart from Send No Way Home and Guardians 3, have been pretty average or bad.
Yeah.
Overall. So I don't think it's going to be as popular. I think the reason why Captain Marvel was so popular was because everyone was thinking it was going to tie into Endgame.
Yeah.
Which it only did at the end. But this has nothing to tie into. It's got nothing to, set up really. Wish, I think that could be a dark horse.
Yeah.
I think that could blow up as like make up for all of Disney's L's this year. And pretty much like
they need it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of pressure on Wish right now. But, you know, just this content that they've released this year, it's going to put a bad taste in people's mouths. But as you said, if it lives up to that idealistic Disney princess movie with great songs and characters and animation, it could make a play.
It can,
and I'll probably put that as like my top pick to potentially make a play out of all of these.
Yeah.
Wonka, I think that could be a hit or miss, you know. It could get there, but I don't think it will. I think it might not at all. Dune Part 2, that's an interesting one because the fact that it made 400 in a day and date release on streaming and theaters during COVID, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Denis Villeneuve is not a really box office draw
not as a director, yeah.
As a director. I mean, Dune is his highest with 400 million.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's locked in that 6-week IMAX slot, pushed out Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
The Marvels as well.
Yeah.
It could definitely make a play, and you know, it's probably has like a decent month or so before the next, because it comes out in October, November.
It comes out a week before the Marvels. So Marvels could
Ah.
completely destroy it. It
Yeah.
has IMAX exclusivity for the 5 to 6 weeks. So pull it till Wonka
Yeah.
and Aquaman
Oh.
come out.
Yeah. I mean, and there's a huge chance that this could get delayed till next year as well.
That's also another factor
Yeah.
causing this. Yeah.
But yeah, if I had to pick two to potentially get there,
Yeah.
the number one would probably be Wish, just based off if it nails all those aspects of a Disney film,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have a success there.
Yeah.
Dune is a bit of an outlier because, let's say Barbie reaches 1.5. That's a big task for
Yeah.
Dune, which is has quite a niche fan base, so to speak,
Yeah.
And also the director is not well known. Not well known, but it's not a well known box office draw.
Yeah.
So I think that has odds stacked up against it. But I think those will be my two.
Yeah. I think you're underrating Wonka there. You don't think Wonka has Barbie blow up potential if the marketing is good?
I think it does. I think it will because, Roald Dahl and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a very famous childhood book. It could definitely get up there.
I mean, I think I see it around. I think I see it quite high. Dude, I don't see it cracking $1 billion for sure, but higher than people think that Wonka is going to be. I think it is going to be quite high.
I think it'll probably be the highest grossing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie.
Yeah.
I think it'll beat Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah.
But it'll be up against Aquaman, and one of those movies has to win the holiday period. It's going to be interesting to see if Aquaman can turn out to be good based on reshoots. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, you're probably right. It's probably best just to remove Amber Heard entirely from that movie, and then come out with a press release saying that, oh yeah, reshoots, it's been recut, and Amber Heard won't be in it. And then people will be like, oh, okay, cool, and then we'll go see it.
They should have done that as soon as the decision was made, or recast a role.
Yeah, they do that when other actors get one allegation towards them. So they didn't do that at all. They haven't done it yet.
No.
But